Hey guys, it's Alex Serpentine back again with another video on my series of videos about the goals from Michael Teachings. The goals are the overarching themes that you choose for each life that you have in your reincarnational cycle. So each life you're going to choose one of these goals, one of the 7 goals, and it's the main overall theme that takes you through your whole life. So this video is about dominance, which is about leadership and stepping into your power. If you haven't taken my test yet to figure out what goal you have, it's in the description of this video and all my goals videos. And I also have links in my Linktree to other Michael Teachings tests, such as the rules, the soul ages, and the obstacles. So you can go check that out. So yeah, this is dominance. Let's get into it. So dominance is in terms of the population, it's 10% of the overall population has the goal of dominance. So it's not one of the most common ones, but it's not super rare either. It's only a quarter of how many people have the goal of growth, which is the most common one, and a third of what people have compared to acceptance. So it's actually equal with the goal of submission, which is its paired goal. So let's get into some details about what dominance is about. This is the image I'm using for dominance. It's a crown. This is actually the goal that aligns with the king. It's like the king's natural goal. They usually have some kind of themes of dominance or leadership. And so that's what this goal is all about leadership. So people who have this goal are going to be in some kind of very prominent, very recognizable place in the world because they're propelled to be the leader in their field. So overall, the overview for dominance is that it's about learning to lead with clarity, strength, and vision. This goal often involves stepping into roles of authority or influence, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. It teaches the balance between confidence and humility in guiding others. The thing is with all these goals is you don't come into this life already knowing how to do this stuff. You're here to learn about it. So it'll be the theme that you're stepping into. So at first you might not feel like even if you have the goal of dominance, you might not feel like, oh, I'm not ready for that, or I'm not prepared. I'm not the person for that. But then you'll notice that like people will be putting you in leadership positions because they'll recognize that you have some kind of vision or some strength of purpose or something to communicate and provide to the world. So you'll just notice more and more that you're stepping into leadership positions and people are looking up to you for guidance. So that's kind of the theme that happens with dominance. The key traits is that there's a natural ability to organize and inspire others. People with dominance are drawn to situations that require leadership or decisive action. And they have a strong sense of responsibility for achieving goals or resolving challenges. Strengths and talents of people with dominance is that they're excellent at rallying people and around a common vision. They're highly decisive and able to see the big picture. And they motivate others through confidence, clarity, and purpose. You know, the people with dominance, they're going to look a little bit different based on their role. So if you look at your role in Michael Teachings, you're going to have a different flair in how you communicate your dominance. Like, for example, if you're a scholar in dominance, you're going to be more focusing probably on teaching other people whatever information or knowledge you've been focusing on. Or like if you're an artisan, you'll be dominating through your creativity in some way. If you're a warrior or a king, it'll be more of a stereotypical dominance where you're showing strength and power in some kind of strong leadership way. Some challenges and growth areas for people with dominance: they struggle with balancing control and delegation. They have a tendency to take on too much responsibility. Learning to lead with empathy and without overpowering others. So it's not all about being in control of everything necessarily. You're learning how to lead, but also help support other people. So there's an element of learning how to delegate, like this person can do this thing and this person can do this thing. They're good for that and they're good for that. It's kind of like you're in the leadership position, but You're allowing the whole group of people to be motivated and to work successfully. That's kind of the themes here. Real life applications are like leading a team or project to achieve shared goals, taking the initiative in group settings or challenging situations, and inspiring and guiding others through mentorship or advocacy. So there are also people will look up to you as an authority, and you'll be a good guide for others too if you're in dominance. That's really common. So some famous examples: Alexander the Great, a masterful leader and strategist who inspired loyalty and achieved remarkable success by uniting and guiding vast armies. So he's like one of the most primary like examples in history of someone who's obviously in dominance. He was a young king actually, so his energy was very stereotypically with dominance because the young soul age is very action oriented. The king is very action oriented, and dominance is a very action oriented goal. So that's like the most stereotypical stuff going on there for dominance. Some other examples are Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Lincoln, Barack Obama, Jordan Peterson, Joseph Stalin, and Donald Trump. So if you notice, like a lot of those people were like presidents. So it really propels you to be the top of whatever your field is, whatever your domain of influence or expertise. You're going to go to the top of that if you have dominance. That's just how it works. Some reflection questions to figure out if you have the goal of dominance. Do people often look to you for guidance or direction? Have you felt called to step into leadership roles even when it felt uncomfortable? Do you thrive when you're organizing or inspiring others to achieve a goal? If so, you might have the goal of dominance. So yeah, like a big part of the whole dominance thing is like you might not feel like you want to be the leader, but then you're just finding yourself that the people are putting you in leadership positions. And then you'll get more and more clarity. It's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be a leader. When you find out more about what you're providing to the world and what your mission is, you'll get like, oh, I got to step up and lead with this stuff. That's kind of what happens with dominance. I could understand this through my own experience because that's actually my goal. Personal growth tips: practice listening and incorporating others' perspectives in your leadership. Focus on empowering others rather than controlling them. Reflect on how your leadership serves the greater good and aligns with your values. In summary, dominance is about stepping into leadership and inspiring others with strength and vision. Strengths are confidence, decisiveness, and motivation. Challenges are balancing control, delegation, and empathy. The takeaway overall is that true leadership inspires others to step into their own power. So basically, like the thing is for dominance is you're not going to be dominating over everybody. That's not necessarily the way to look at it. It's about you're stepping into leadership positions so you can help guide everybody else into their own power, into them being successful, into them playing their role right, and you can help delegate people towards doing certain things, and you can inspire them towards moving into action. That's kind of what dominance is about. It's not all focused on you. It's like you have, but it is like you have to recognize if you have dominance that you do have a big purpose in leading other people. So what you have to teach or provide or lead with is important, and you need to like acknowledge that you have this leadership role. But it is about getting other people going, inspiring other people towards action, and helping them step into their power. And that's basically what dominance is about. So yeah, that's it for the dominance video. Like I said, if you haven't taken the test yet, you can check out the link in the description here, and then you can look at my Linktree to take the other tests about the roles, soul ages, and obstacles. And you can check out my other videos on the goals and all my other series of videos on Michael teachings. I have a good amount of videos now you can check out. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.